Hello my friends, and welcome to Allotment Diaries number 13 as I work to bring my rather wonky abandoned allotment back to life. I promised myself that this week I was definitely going to get to sow some seeds in the potting shed, but I started off working on the water capture from the greenhouse shed roof. Unsurprisingly, this involved clearing some brambles and nettles because when does my life not involve clearing brambles and nettles, honestly? I also needed to drain the water that was already in the barrel so that I could move it and get the other bits set up. And initially I started draining it onto the ground. Then I thought about using some of the water and some of the nettles to make a liquid fertiliser, which I've read about and seen about online. So I put some of the water into the bucket, and then I put some of the nettles into the bucket. But I probably should have checked first, because apparently you are supposed to chop them up. Oh well, I'm not going to fish them out. I'll just break them up moving forward and see what happens. I then started on the guttering. I suspect this was tied up like this in order to provide a slope down into the barrel, because the other end of the guttering was open. But I'm going to be putting one of the solid ends on that bit, which will obviously force the water down, so I wanted to get it back onto its bracket. And of course there was roofing felt on the side of this shed as well as the potting shed, and I needed to remove that as well. Yesterday I managed to get this. Yeah, it's not the cleanest, but it wasn't anything toxic. And we already had this one with the hose coming out the bottom. So I decided to put a little bit of time and effort into sorting out a water collection system. So I've fixed this along here. It's not the greatest. I've still got a problem here. They need attaching somehow. And this bit is just, yeah, I need the drill for that, and I haven't got the drill with us today because I need to fix brackets and stuff. But we are forecast a lot of rain next week, so I'm hoping we can get rain off here, into here, out and up in there. That'll happen once the rain reaches this level, which is better than what I had before. And that's all you can do, isn't it? Just improve little by little. And then hopefully after that, I'll be able to get someone to come over to the allotment and stand with me while I get up and fix that bit there, because that definitely needs doing. Over here on my onion plot, I have got, oh, you're not going to be able to see it. I'll take some photos. There are some onions starting to come through, which is delightful. Oh, I'm so happy about that. Let me see if I can get some close up for you. Can you see that? Hopefully you can see that. And hopefully I've not just made a plonker of myself because it's not an onion. Hopefully, yeah. There's another one coming up which looks very similar. So I'm fairly confident that's an onion. And like I say, hopefully I haven't just made a complete prat of myself. Then it was time for my little treat and actually sowing some seeds in the potting shed for the first time. I saw a post on Facebook, I think it was, where someone had showed off all their trays and pots with the soil in, and they titled it, "And So It Begins." I commented and I said, is that just a happy turn of phrase, or is it a reference maybe to an encounter-suited being? And they replied and said it was both, which had me squealing with delight. And I was I loved it when I got that reply. My husband actually came into the room because I was laughing so much. I can't remember the name of the person, but whoever you are out there, you are one of my people. And for any of you who get the reference, you are also one of my people or some of my people. And if you don't get the reference, it's a reference to my all-time favourite sci-fi show, which was Babylon 5. Even if you don't get the reference, you can still be my people, but you're missing out if you haven't watched Babylon 5. In my opinion, anyway. I'm definitely going to have to get more organised with the seeds, but hey, at least I remembered my allotment planner this time. Right, so I'm going to get some sowing done, or at least I hope so. That's the plan. Plan stand. I have decided I'm going to start with tomatoes. So we have Bloody Butcher, Millefleur, Moneymaker, and Honey Delight. So I've got 4 of these and I'm going to start planting them up. I got myself some potting compost. This is going to make such a mess. From not this site and not Hubs' site, but one of the other local sites has an allotment shop. And if you are doing an allotment, it is a great resource, not only for information, but they don't run not for profit, but they run for a less profit than say garden centres, which means you can get things like your potting compost and stuff like that usually cheaper, which is great. And that is exactly what I did. And I'm going to just fill all this up, and then we can look at actually sowing some seeds. The plan is that these will end up in the greenhouse, and I'm debating whether or not to water them and leave them in here for a while, or move them straight into the greenhouse and just stand them on top of the beds that are underneath the cardboard. I should probably make that decision a little bit later. such a silly sausage. I forgot I have these. Perfect. Stops bloody soil going everywhere. Honestly. When is that going to be? Alright. That's not coming out as a fine rose. I have never used vermiculite before, so I have no idea if I'm putting on too much or too little or what, but I guess there's only one way to find out, really, isn't there? Right, I'm going to go with that. I've just opened this packet of tomato moneymaker that I got at the seed swap, and there must be hundreds. Hundreds! Can you see them? Oh god, I am definitely not going to be sowing all of those. Okay, I have some sown seeds. Yeah, do you know what? It's lovely and warm in here. Right, so what have I got done? We've got tomato, a bloody butcher. We have tomato honey delight down here. There we go. This is tomato millefleur, and this is tomato moneymaker. Then I have also planted these with honey delight, simply because there was only 3 left in the packet, so yeah, why not? I've planted 3 paprikas that came from the lovely Kirsty at Hearts Humbled Homestead. We have 6 lettuce, and it's a mix, so I can't tell you exactly what that is. And then we have 9 leek, and it's musselba. And that's it. I'm now getting hungry, so I'm gonna head off in search of food. Also, it looks like, if you can see it over the angle, I'll try this other window, that might look better. It looks like the fire has now burnt out, which is great, which means I don't have to stay on site. We have also been busy. Hi Hubert. Up here on Hobbs's allotment, putting in raised beds, and bring you around here and show you. Sorting out the big long bed. So the plan is to get this planted up this week, and we're also, you can see here, right, the blue ones are ours, and the bit behind is our neighbours. So we've got the blue ones here. These ones are obviously also ours as well, but we gave up on putting the membrane round and went instead for the paint. And Hobbs basically doesn't want 3 that are different. on his allotment, so we're going to take those probably back down into the back garden and replace them with some more blue ones. So we're getting there, which is kind of cool. So we've got those down. Those two are almost ready for planting, just need a little bit more soil. Underneath this great big membrane is a lot of wood chip. There you go. I should probably pull that plant out. But unfortunately, while Hubs was forking it all about, look what he's done. He's put a load of bloody holes in the membrane. Don't worry, I should be taking the mick out of him for that. Probably for years. We're getting the odd roots still coming out as we're digging. So we're obviously removing those as and when we can. We have more wood chip over here. And Hubert obviously got legless the other night and left his legs over there. And in the incinerator, we have loads of dried roots that we pulled out of pretty much the long bed, actually. So yeah, we also, let me put that back on the lid. We also have blossom on the damson tree. Isn't that gorgeous? It's just, I am loving seeing that. I'm not loving. I am not loving seeing the remains of the polytunnel behind. Bring you around. In case you hadn't seen this, or you missed the video that I did for this, during one of the storms earlier this year, we lost the skin off the polytunnel. And that's it. We are going to be replacing it with another one, but Hobbs has not made the decision yet on what it is that he wants to actually buy, what type of polytunnel he wants to get. Let's see if I can get up. Oh, can I get up to the blossom? Get a nice shot of the blossom. That's not going to work. Oh, I don't want to stand on the I don't want to stand on the soil. Yeah, I'm not getting a shot of that blossom from there, am I? Oh, the lovely smell of wood smoke. One of my neighbours is having a fire. We are possibly going to come up tonight after Hubs finishes work and have a little fire. Here we go, here's the blossom. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah. So we have been busy up here as well. The ground here is in, I'm going to say, a worse state than my allotment, from the point of view that it's harder, it's much more compacted. You can see here where we've started digging it all over. But I have more nettles and brambles to deal with. So there you go. So we shall wave bye-bye to Hubert's legs. Bye-bye, Hubert's legs. And I'm going to head back down home. We think this is a gooseberry bush, by the way. I don't think I've ever had a gooseberry before. Right, and we shall also wave bye-bye to Headless Hubert. Bye-bye. And I'm going to go back down home because I need to get this video edited sooner rather than later if we are to take some time off at the weekend for some stuff that Hobbs wants to do.